Cleveland? What's up, Cleveland? I know y'all wondering where Bang 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 is. I'm so sorry to disappoint y'all.
Bang, bang, bang. No, mine wasn't good as his.
Almost. I'm sorry, y'all. Today, Don is not in today. Don Boogie, Don Juan. We miss you, baby. But we gonna try to hold it down here without you. It's not gonna be the same. I don't know if co-host Kane can handle all this estrogen up in this joint.
I got it.
But he's gonna do his best. He said he got it. You sure you got it?
I got it. I got brothers, I got mom, I got a couple sisters, I got all daughters. A bunch of estrogen in my house.
Well, you know what? You sound pretty qualified to do this. So without further ado, y'all, listen here. It's your girl Tasha. And y'all listening to Uncut Uncensored. Let me just drop these real quick. Look, y'all can find us on IG at uncut.uncensored. Y'all can find me on IG at Tosh_empowers. And also, look, if y'all want to put a face with the voices, you know, maybe some of y'all like us, maybe some of y'all hate us, whatever the case may be, listen, we welcome all of it. Y'all know controversy sells. Sometimes it gotta get a little funky. So look, swing on over to YouTube. Y'all can catch us at Relationship Talk, Uncut Uncensored. Y'all got my homeboy, co-host Kane, as we call him, in the building.
Hey, what's up, family? Love you, Cleveland. You can reach me on IG at Kane Creates. That's a capital K with an underscore Creates. Kane Creates on IG. You can get me on Kane's World on Facebook. My only two spots you can catch me at. Let's get this show. Let's get ready. Oh, we're missing two people.
Yeah. What? Well, now that you can put her out there, jeez, you know she running a tad late. So sorry, Kira. we was gonna just try to have you like slide in, and we were just gonna kind of pretend like we just hadn't got to her yet. But you know,
the movie magic. We do movie magic.
Exactly. But you know, co-host Kane to put you on full blast.
Get in there, Kiera. Get in there.
So yeah, Kiera, you're late. Which she did call me, and she told me she was running a tad bit late.
She's like the rest of us. She got life.
There you go.
Life.
There you go. What's up? So listen, Kane, I'm gonna let you intro this one. Bring us in.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends and family. Our question for the day: who controls the intimacy of a relationship, and who controls the temperature of a relationship? Is it the brothers? Is it the sisters? Is it the man? Is it the wife? Who controls that? Who in your relationship? Who in your friends? Who controls the temperature? Is that thing hot? Is it cold? Is it what it feel like in there? What the room feel like in there? You ever been in a room with somebody who will freeze, baby?
And I have.
And every time you turn around, they turn the heat up on you.
Absolutely.
And you're like, go get a blanket. It's not that cold in here.
But it ain't cold to you.
It ain't cold to me.
But it might be cold to them.
Might be cold to them. Yes.
Well, I think our girl just arrived. Should we give her a minute to get settled? Let's give her a minute. Let's give her a minute to get settled. So co-host Kane.
Yes, ma'am.
So talk about it for the people. Now, when you talk about the temperature of the relationship, what exactly are you referring to?
When we say the temperature of the relationship, in my mind, I'm feeling that how the vibe is when you two are in the same room together. That what is that vibe in the whole house?
Gotcha.
Because we've heard this said a 1,000 times. I think you two are going to disagree with it also, but we'll see.
Let's see.
Happy wife makes happy life.
Well, that's
I totally
what they say.
disagree with that.
Do you totally disagree?
Totally agree with that.
Like 100%?
100%.
Okay.
Because what it does, and that's been a phrase that's been commonly used. You hear a bunch of men say it: black, white, brown, Puerto Rican, Jew, Gentile, all of them.
Okay.
But what it does, it puts too much responsibility and pressure on women by themselves to make the household be the flavor of the household. If you got a strict household, a happy household, that puts too much. Why are we putting that on their doorstep?
Oh, I like that.
Why? Who did that? Because
who did that? Talk about who did it. Talk about who did it. Well, hold on, wait a minute. Let me just pause. Don't lose your train of thought. Before we continue there, you know, we got the lovely, my home girl, the co-host. What?
All right, go ahead.
You know, she's late, but
that's how we gonna say it.
well,
She's
you know,
late.
She's
co-host Kane
fashionably
already
late.
put you on blast.
She's fashionable.
Okay.
She made an
All right.
entrance. That's what she did. She made an
Say
entrance.
it right,
She
Kane.
made
Say
an
it
entrance and
right.
made her presence felt.
She did. Well, can you let the people know where they can find you and all that?
What's
other
up,
stuff? 'Cause we did that part
everybody?
already.
Okay. This is Akira, also known as Tender 10 on IG. You can find me there, TENDER10 on IG.
All right. So hopefully y'all got that. So co-host Kang. So go back. So you said who did that?
You said we did.
And I say y'all did that. So you say that.
But you know, I agree with you. We did it.
Thank you.
I agree with you. I completely 100% agree with you. Because in my humble opinion, that I don't know everything, I think men should be leaders, and we should be leaders in our household. And that what we have done is abdicated the throne once again, because we don't know how to deal with emotionalness.
Woo.
A woman gets emotional, and we don't know what to do. We get up to us, and we don't know what to do. We start fumbling, and you fumble the football, and it's turnover.
Wow. Well, Kira looks like she's about to bust. So Kira,
Listen,
So we-
I'm not about to bust.
okay.
But
However,
right, because we don't want to.
we don't want to negate what he said. Right. That's what somebody told me.
And okay.
Right.
So also, well, I have a question for you, Kane.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you said saying happy wife, happy life puts too much pressure on women, and which I appreciate the consideration. I appreciate the consideration for us women and the amount of pressure being applied. However, where do you think that what is the angle that you see for this particular phrase?
I think it's because in that particular phrase is that we feel that if a woman is happy and she's in a good mood, then the house can be in a good mood. Like the kids would be happy, the husband would be happy, the dog would be happy if she's in a good mood. But if she's in a bad one, then nobody will be happy in the house. And that's how we kind of generalize it, because men have just, we just let you be the emotional leader of the house. Versus like, okay, let's decide, okay, maybe not this should always be on her, what the emotional range in the household is.
Okay, and I was thinking of it more so to where, okay, if the wife is happy, she gives more, okay, I can see that, gives more of her energy and fulfills the needs of the husband at a greater level.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's absolutely true.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is absolutely true, because truthfully, if your wife is happy, you can have whatever you like, and that is no joke.
You can get whatever you like.
For real, it is. It's the truth. But when you're neglecting your wife, and you expect her to be happy, and you're neglecting her in ways that according to her love language.
Good, yes.
But you think you're doing everything under the sun, but she's like, you're neglecting me. That's because you're not hearing her.
Right.
And so then it will upset the energy within the home, the temperature within the home.
Yeah.
But happy life, happy wife, it does extend. It's kind of a fit,
So
because
you
it does
agree with the Kira.
I kind of agree, yes, because like I said, you can have whatever you want if she happy. I promise you can. I promise she will be. Bye. You going out drink? Okay, see you. Bye.
I ain't gonna blow your phone up.
I'm not,
I ain't
because
gonna call
I'm
you.
good here. You took care of home. I'm good.
Right.
But so it doesn't take away the male's role in the home as far as setting the temperature, because you can set the temperature all day by making sure you do what she needs.
But the control of the temperature, you're saying is definitely. Well, you didn't say definitely, so let me not put words in your mouth. Or are you saying definitely? Because
No, I'm saying the man controls the temperature, because if you're not satisfying her,
see what you're saying.
Of course, the temperature is gonna be cold in the house.
So she's responding off of what you do.
Yes.
So depending on how you want her.
Still running the show all
Right.
day.
So, okay, I get it.
Huh.
So,
Okay, Kira.
So, in that
Okay,
sense,
girl, teach.
okay, yeah, I get it. I see what you're saying. So, men are more like the thermostat, and
Yeah.
a woman is a thermometer.
Ooh.
So, we can set a temperature, and whatever we set,
Yeah.
Now, if you're neglecting her,
cold.
exactly,
There you go.
then she's going to be cold. She's going to reach 65 or below, 32, snowing,
Ooh.
negative 3, whatever it is.
Ooh.
Yeah. But you know what, Kira? That right there, how you just broke that down, was an aha moment. It looked like for you, Kane.
Yes, it was.
And I'm sure that is an aha moment for men. Because men, I've heard a lot of men say, well, no, the woman controls the temperature, the flow of the relationship. But the thing is we feed off of what you set.
Exactly.
Which makes perfect sense, because if you set a cold room, we are going to adjust our attitude to the cold room. Why should we be warm and you cold? If you set a warm, loving atmosphere, like Kira said, you can get whatever you like.
You can.
Learn my love language.
Yes, and don't tell me what you do and it's not within the boundaries of my love language. Like, you're not satisfying me, you're satisfying you.
There you go.
So therefore the temperature is still
Woo-wee.
cold.
I think that's a very important one. I'm gonna give you a small example. It's a microcosm of a relationship. I'm gonna put myself an example.
Okay.
No names, please.
No names? Oh.
They all will
Just
be
yours.
anonymous.
It's just mine.
Okay.
So I had a woman buy me a meal.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "What you want?"
She took you out?
No, she just went to go get me something.
Oh, okay.
Because I was going to work, and she said, "You hungry?" Like, yeah. Well, she just knew I was hungry. I didn't even say nothing. She said, "You hungry?" So she's already +1. Yeah. So she said, I'm going to Wendy's. What you want? I had a specific way I wanted it. She brought it back all wrong.
Oh.
As a man, you know what I did?
How you want your Wendy's? I'm just curious. What do you want?
No pickles, no ketchup.
So what she bring back?
Pickles and ketchup.
Maybe she forgot.
No. Because it was a big discussion. When I said no pickles, she made a face. You don't eat pickles? Yeah. What black man don't eat pickles? This black man don't eat pickles. You get the sandwich right.
There's a whole thing.
There's a whole thing. So you knew you was in her brain. You already knew. Don't get the pickles. Came back with pickles and ketchup. What did I do?
You ate it anyway.
Yeah, I ate it anyway. And just kept moving.
Did you take pickles off at least?
No, I still scraped the pickles off and the ketchup. I just scraped them off and ate the sandwich.
Wow.
It was cool. It was still fine, whatever. And just ate the sandwich. Now, one day, I gave her a PB&J. And
It's like a petty moment. Go ahead.
and
Yes.
I feel petty coming. Go ahead.
and
Thank you.
I did what I neglected to do
See.
was I forgot she didn't like this type of jelly. She wanted grape, and I didn't have grape. It was a different type of jelly on the sandwich, and I forgot that. Well, I was just unaware, not just. I said,
Really, or did you just be like?
no, because because I had made the sandwich for myself,
Okay.
and when I saw her, I said, "Hey, do you want my PB&J?" Because it was a moment she looked hungry. I said, "You want my PB&J?"
This look hungry thing. Okay.
And she's like,
Everybody
"Yeah."
hungry.
And I totally forgot. Like, I didn't even think about it. Like, cause I had made the sandwich for myself. I said, you can have one of mine. No, I give her both. I think whatever I had, I just gave her in my bag. She got it. she came back around that corner and about threw the sandwich at me. She was mad, like really angry.
Wow. So her response was different from your response.
Of course, because, and this is the thing that I think that messes men up. I've had more than one instance, and I could give you a couple. I think where we do something or y'all do a similar thing to us, and we're like, all right, we're not big of a deal. And then y'all do it to us, we do it to y'all, and it's a whole thing.
Well, it depends on what it is, because we can make light of a certain thing. It depends on how it grabs her. Go ahead, Kane.
But I think where we misread sometimes, where you go back to, you said the love language, where we misread the emotionality behind something. Like, why are you so emotional about? We get frustrated and we give up, and we just turn into whatever mode, like whatever you want, like whatever. Okay, yeah, we just do it that way, cause you get frustrated because you don't know why she's upset. You don't know why. Like, I remember one time I didn't get straws, and it ruined the whole rest of the night.
So it's a miscommunication because y'all right. So look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back right there. That whole look here. Don't lose that. Keep that same energy. When we come back from this break, we're gonna come back where Kane said the men misread the whole situation, and if we respond completely different. So that's a good place to know the love language and all that other good stuff. But we're gonna be back. Listen here, y'all are listening to WOVU, Uncut Uncensored, and we shall be back. Welcome back. It's your girl Tasha in the building. D Boogie, we miss you, baby. So listen here, we went to break. We were talking about straws being the end to the relationship, the peanut butter and jelly ruining the relationship, the ketchup and the pickles. So, these all sound like some real small things. Kira went into shock mode. We went to break. Can y'all finish where we at with that whole situation? Because I'm confused too.
So, the lack of straws was, as I realized later, it wasn't just because there was no straws. Because you can live, you can drink without a straw. But it was more the perception in her head that you didn't care enough about the details to make sure everything was okay. You didn't care enough. So therefore, you didn't care enough about that, and you don't care enough about me. It was a whole tumbling thing.
So you set the tone. You had set the temperature, and she responded to the fact that she felt like you didn't care.
Right. So the temperature was set by me not getting straws, and then it was cold for the rest of the night. I mean, freezing, like cold.
And did you try to go with Kira's point? Did you try other things to maybe warm the room?
Yeah, I tried to warm the room, but that's a two-way street. Now, this is speaking for me personally. Can't speak for everybody. If I try to warm the room up for a minute, I try to warm it up.
Right.
After so long, all right, I guess it's better cold. I guess we eating cold turkey sandwiches tonight.
So you only gonna go so far, basically.
So far, but that's just me, and because I don't know, maybe I'm stubborn. I got too much pride, or maybe I got too much of something else. But it's like, okay, apparently this is not happening. We guess it's gonna be cold tonight, so it's gonna be cold.
This is where we at, huh?
This is where we at.
Kira, what you think? Because and the other part to this is the whole intimacy thing. But I just, again, I just find it interesting because, how can we get to the who controls the intimacy when the room is cold? If the room is cold, it ain't gonna be too much intimacy going on.
So when you say control the intimacy, are we talking just the vibe within the relationship, or the closed door, nobody else but me and you?
Well, the intimacy would be the vibe, the closeness of the relationship, the shared emotions, the touches and the hugs and the feelings and the all those things that go along with intimacy that lead up to maybe the door being closed. Okay. Or open, depending on whatever your preference is. I mean, it's uncut uncensored. Some people might want the door open and the lights on. I don't know. I'm not judging here. It's whatever floats your boat. You're entitled to your own level of fun.
I think that shouldn't be on one person just controlling the emotion, because it would lead the other person to walking on eggshells. Because you don't know what temperature she's gonna have. And you walking in like, okay, here we go. Is she cool today or not? Let me send out a text, a temperature check text, and let me know what to prepare for. So, but it's nothing wrong with checking in and responding if your significant other is having a rough day and you know how that can lead to a rough night, a rough day at work, and you know how that can lead to a rough night at home. Okay, she don't feel like cooking now because she's tired because she's still been working on the same project for work, and now she brought that energy home with her or him. And now it may upset the vibe in the household. Like, okay, I get it, but that's at work, but you at home now. But I think we should learn our mates and understand what they're going through. This again goes back to the love language, because once you learn your mate, you'll know how to respond to them accordingly. And in turn, both of you are controlling the temperature or controlling the intimacy in the relationship, because you're like, okay, I know she's having this kind of day, so I know she'll need this. So therefore, when you say I know she needs this, you're taking the control at that point. But if you just letting her rough day handle it, you still giving, you still have control, but you're just giving control over to her, and you're settling for whatever temperature she's providing at that moment.
Ooh, settling for the temperature.
Yeah. I mean, because, I've had conversations with people, and, I've heard it from both sides, from a male point of view and a woman's point of view, where I've heard the male say, I'm always the initiator. I'm always the affectionate one. I'm always the touchy-feely one. I'm always the one to say, the I adore yous, And then I've heard a woman say, I'm always the initiator. I'm always the one that's trying to, spend some time, that's trying to do things, that's trying to, spark up some action. So I've heard it from both sides, and I guess it's like, okay, Kira, like you said, it should be a two-way street.
Yes.
But how do you handle when one person is in control of it and the other one is just kind of like, if it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's kind of selfish.
That is true.
So, Kane, you in a relationship and you playing date night all the time. She can't never play a date night. I mean, so is it because you want to plan date night, or she won't plan date night?
So, what ended up happening, and this is, again, my humble opinion.
Keep putting that disclaimer on.
I don't know everything. I believe and I feel that most women want a man that's confident, in control, and is a good decision maker.
Take the initiative, please.
Yes, I learned that. But this is what happens. If you after a certain point, you should realize that any man, she wants you to make a decision, bruh. Go ahead and make a decision. So every woman and man has had this conversation. What do you want to eat?
We never know.
We never know.
Women never know. They wait for, and they never know. So if you sit around waiting for a woman to make up her mind what you want to eat, bro, you gonna be hungry. So we just figure somewhere along the line you figure out just pick a place and go.
That is so true.
Now this is what happens. Why dudes, it becomes back to this waffle thing. You pick a place and she don't like it. You pick a place, she don't like the service, she don't like the food, and now she's giving you the stink eye. You have purposely chosen a place that's gonna disrespect her and do wrong and not right, and it's all your fault. So therefore, then again, instead of just turning towards that and just keep on forging through the heat, bruh, we just turn away and just don't want to just deal with the heat. We don't want to deal with it, so we just kind of again forego. And then you had this back and forth. No, what you want? No, really, what you want? Whatever you decide. And it's this 15-minute go back and forth of what she wants to do. Because then what you're trying to do in your own head, well, I'm trying to make her happy. Yeah. I think it would be happy if she got to pick where she wanted to go. So it would be a place that she liked. That's what you're thinking in your head, because the last 3 places, we almost got into fights. So let's not go ahead and do that no more. Let's go ahead and let her pick a place. So then you end up advocating and not realize, hey, just sometimes you have to eat that one and just tough it through. Like, if you didn't like it, okay, you don't like that place. You didn't like the server. She had an attitude. Yep, she was stank, sweetie. And just go ahead and deal with it. And there's like any other microcosm of like the decision as a man you should be making in a household. Not all decisions, obviously, but co-decisions, things you should lead out, you step out on front with, and you don't want to step out in front with because if it go wrong, you don't want to be the blameful party. But without risk, there's no reward, bruh.
Oh.
No risk, no reward. So then I think this is why a relationship gets stale. No fresh air in the room. Because you got two people just looking at each other.
Yeah.
Not growing, no one leading, someone leading from behind.
Another topic. Stale relationship.
And
How do you? Where's the spark? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, there's no spark now because he afraid to start sparking the rocks again because he don't know last time I got out of control and I couldn't control it. Well, bro, just spark the rock.
Or you know what's worse? When either party, male or woman, feel like they ain't the problem and they doing everything that they should be doing. You shouldn't have no issues. I mean, you doing everything that you everything. Listen, she feel like she doing everything. You feel like you doing everything, but something ain't right. It takes two to tango, and it takes two to mess some stuff up.
And everybody can do better.
And I truly feel, that's one of the biggest issues in relationships. Is so much finger pointing.
Yeah.
There's so much finger pointing and just not enough of owning your stuff because nobody's perfect. Everybody got things like Kira said. I 100 and 1,000% agree. Everybody can improve on. You can get better at communicating, at whatever it is. You can get better at it. And I think the problem is, like Kane said, you have these two people now, and y'all are just kind of like coexisting and just sailing, and the relationship has gotten stale. Because you feel like you doing it all right. She feel like she doing it all right. She don't feel like it's her fault and you don't feel like it's your fault. And how do you move forward like that? That's yeah, nobody's controlling the intimacy. Then go ahead, Kira.
I don't think that but okay, so we spoke of ups and downs in relationships before. And we know that there are ups and downs in all relationships. And it's a matter of how you deal with the ups as well as the downs. So when it gets to that level, then things need to be reevaluated.
Exactly.
Because you can't just say, okay, it's his job to do X, Y, and Z, and I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do.
Yes.
Obviously, something's going wrong.
Exactly.
So, so it's time to take a temperature check. And then, I think that in relationships, we need to do a check-in, a revisit. Yeah. And it may take not just the evening to check in. It may take a month-long check-in on things that need to be adjusted or changed or omitted. And if you're in a relationship and you have to be real honest with yourself and honest with your spouse, if you're in there for the longevity, because if you're in there just to say you in a relationship,
exactly, you just pass
just say you did it.
Like, is this just kind of like a piss
right? And that means that you don't have you don't have an idea of you don't even have the desire to work through problems.
Exactly.
The desire leaves because you understand in your mind is set.
I ain't trying to be here.
I ain't doing this too long. I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna have this and then I'm out. Well, if you got an exit ticket, then your desire for being there is not there because you already got the exit. It's no use to have. You can't focus on the goal of staying together if you already have an exit ticket.
Exactly.
You ever work with somebody who didn't put in a 2-week notice?
Man, I've been that person. I put in 2-week notice. I'm looking okay, what, break?
So
I would break all day. What you mean?
So this is what we gonna do. We gonna take a break.
Break.
All day.
We gonna take a break, yeah. Right, because Kira said she done been on break all day.
When I put my 2 weeks in, I I was the happiest person on the job. Like, hey, y'all.
Look here, we gonna take a break right there. We gonna take a break about the breaks in the relationship. When you done turned in your unofficial 2-week notice or 130-day notice, whatever the notice might be.
Right. You done gave notice.
You are no longer there. But we gonna take a quick break.
That's a toast burn.
And we gonna be right back. Y'all listening to Uncut Uncensored. It's WOVU. Back. Girls, you know you better watch out. Some guys, they only about. What you say, Lauren? What?
You know what?
So look here. I'm just saying, you know, they there for that thing. Whatever that thing might be. I don't know. But you know how. So we went to break. Kiera, you made some good points. Kane, of course, you know, you made some good points too. You talked about, you know, when a person not really in a relationship for the long haul, the longevity of it, they don't have no stick-to-itness.
Right.
To weather the storm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So the goal is not to improve areas that need to be improved. It's look, I'm just here for the moment, you know, and it's just kind of, we just gonna see where the chips fall, where they may.
You know what, today I was actually listening to a motivational speech by Will Smith. And he was talking about his work ethic as well as having a plan A and a plan B. And why he saw that plan B, and don't quote me, listen to it yourself if you really want to know what he said, but this is the tenderizer on it.
Not the tenderizer. Girl,
Okay.
you better go ahead on tenderize that, okay.
So he said, when you have a plan B, it distracts you from your plan A.
Ooh.
But when you have a plan A, you go at it with your all. Because there's no plan B that exists. And I was kind of throwing it around in my mind, and I'm still tossing around in my mind to see if I agree or disagree. But I do know that if you have an exit strategy, you're not focusing on it. If you have an exit, I can understand if you say, if this don't work, I'm going to try this, but my goal is still the same. But not if this don't work, I'm out the door, and this how I'm going to leave. I'm going to save my money up, and I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. If you got an exit strategy, you're not present. You're not really present. You're not giving it your all. You're not trying to make it work because you feel like, hey, if it do, if it do, if it don't, it don't. There's no effort there.
Yeah, ain't no
What do you
sweat
think?
off my back.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I've been in those scenarios where you know where you're not really making a long-term plan. You're just kind of casually doing something, and I remember just something came up. And there was a little friction one time between me and this young lady. And she accused me of lying. And I said the meanest thing I've ever, not to ever say it, but I think it just came out my mouth.
What's one of them?
It's in my top 20.
Okay.
I said, you are not important enough for me to lie to.
Ooh. Did you say that?
I said that out loud.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
That's some
was,
stuff you just supposed to be thinking, but you're
and sometimes it'd be uncut
your mouth and your
and
mind.
uncensored, Tasha.
Ooh.
Sometimes it'd be uncut and uncensored, and it just came out. And
How did that work out?
oh yeah, well, well, it was radio silence.
I'm sure.
She was, I think I just slapped the taste out of her mouth.
I'm pretty sure.
Metaphysically with that one. And then after I said it out loud, didn't you hear yourself say something? But I was like, oh.
You can't clean that up.
No, right.
Ooh.
That's why people have to be careful of the things that come out of their mouth. Because once
But you know what?
Go ahead.
To save her quote unquote feelings at the given moment, yeah, but it was the truth.
How was your last after that statement?
Oh, not much. No, that was about a bone. That one, that was about a wrap, like Christmas gifts.
Yeah, pretty much.
But at the end of the day, though, it was true for me. It wasn't a long-term thing in my mind.
Yeah.
We were casually doing some. Oh, I remember she wanted me to do something, and I was going out with my buddy. But I told her who my buddy was, what we was doing, and da 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 da. And she just and she just said, nah, yeah, you ain't got a lie to me. I said, you ain't important enough for me to lie to. I'm like, oh.
I lie to somebody I care about.
Yeah, basically.
Wait a minute, but for real?
Right.
Like, it's weird.
I know it's crazy.
Ain't that
How do you
crazy?
take that in? Like, I lie to somebody I care about, but do you really care about them if you lie about it?
Exactly.
Like, it's confusing.
Because humans are horrible creatures, and sometimes most people that we lie to are the ones we care about the most. Because you'll tell the truth to a stranger because you don't care about their feelings.
Yeah.
But someone you invested in,
and that you don't want to necessarily lose. You know,
you don't want to lose, you don't want to hurt, you don't want to do a lot of stuff. So you kind of go take that truth and cover it on up sometimes. And that might not be the best long term. You can't do that forever. But sometimes, you know what? And I'm gonna say this, and this is a whole nother topic. We can go around this
Go ahead.
later. Sometimes you need to tell a fib in a relationship.
What?
Yeah, sometimes you can tell a fib.
Okay, we just gonna say a lie.
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes you tell a bold-faced lie. People can't say it.
Okay,
You
so
tell a
when should we
bold-faced lie.
Oh, bitch, wait a minute. Nope, you got.
Okay, Kier. So Kay say sometimes you should lie.
Bold-faced.
Bold-faced lie. Ooh, you ain't say not a little bitty lie.
Because a lie's a lie.
Why not just tell the truth? Why you gotta lie?
Because sometimes a person is not prepared or ready for the truth psychologically, and it can devastate them to a point where they won't recover.
Seriously. I call.
You call boondocks?
Yeah. There you go. Thank you. I was trying to find the appropriate word to express what I wanted to call it.
Motor dash? That's
Yeah,
fine.
that's exactly what I call it. I call it horse manure.
But you know
It's a
what?
horse manure.
I think you say that, Tasha, from your perspective, and this is just me knowing you, because you are a mentally strong and capable person.
Yeah, let me make my own decisions.
But
Right. Don't
everyone's
remove my options.
Listen here.
everyone's not you. So there's some people who be asking for the truth, and you give it to them, and they go crumble like a block of rocks.
So
Have you ever lied to your child?
I'm pretty sure I have.
Why?
Because I didn't want him to know that it was me sneaking them gifts in. I wanted to pretend like Santa Claus.
So mad.
I thought about the same thing. Like,
I'm your Santa Claus. I'm your tooth fairy.
Santa Claus.
Girl.
Mr. Funny Bone.
All of that.
yes.
You see them right there? I did that. No, so I didn't want him to know that. But yeah, I mean, but this is the thing. And then here, you go ahead and say what you want to say. But I just feel like, and people that's listening, drop your thoughts on our IG page. Would you rather have the truth, or would you rather have, as Kane called it, co-host Kane calls it, a bold-faced lie? Because he has already
Determined.
there you go, that you are not mentally strong enough to handle.
You too weak for this.
You can't handle the truth. So which one do you want? Go ahead, Karen.
Goodness. You know what? That's real ugly, Kane.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is.
That's real ugly, but don't remove my options. I want to be because listen, I may be stronger than what you think I am. I may have played the weak link in this dynamic, but I'm really strong, and I might hit you back with a little truth that might break you down.
Ooh.
Absolutely. So in the long term, that's why I said long term, that's not sustainable. It is not. And if you are in a relationship with someone where you consistently have to hide facts, get out.
Yeah.
Just bounce.
Wow, yes.
Bounce.
Yes.
Because I keep putting, man, okay. Oh, well, whatever.
Keeping the names anonymous.
Come on.
Keeping names anonymous. Keeping names anonymous. And I knew when the young lady asked me this, it was from a place of insecurity.
On your part or hers?
On hers.
Okay. He didn't take a deep breath.
Yeah, because it's just like, why would you ask that? She asked me before we started dating, was there someone else you liked or thought was attractive?
Absolutely. It's always somebody else.
Before we started dating, before I came in the house.
Today. Right.
Oh,
Right now, while I'm looking at people walk.
Right.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
See, y'all built different than this person was. Y'all are built different.
What she think? She blind?
never
Like, go
ask
ahead.
that question.
No,
Like,
baby, you're the only one.
Because she should have her own set of people that she thought was great today.
I need to be they be like, babe, look here.
They out there. They out there. So I'm gonna need us to be strong in this, because that same thing you gotta turn down, I gotta turn down too.
Exactly.
So they out there.
Exactly.
Let's get it together.
So that's how you two feel. This person wasn't that psychologically strong.
Okay.
So what did you tell him? That's
Nah, what are you talking about?
I don't see anybody. Is that what you told her?
Basically, I was blind till I saw you.
So that's one of them bold-faced lies.
Boldface, because I think she made it.
Hold on. Did she believe that?
No, I don't think internally, but this goes to something bigger and larger, to what I consider the law of attraction. You attract what you're vibrating, and so she had an insecurity situation in her own spirit. But so and I think because some past relationship issues, and somebody did something to her that they had done, and I hadn't done that, but she's so afraid I was gonna do it. She's just always peeking around the corner to see if I was gonna do it. And I'm like, no, I'm not, because once I'm in, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Just getting you in there.
It's just getting me in there. Just getting me in there. I'm like a bull trying to get through the door. But once I'm in, I ain't going back out the door though. I'm like, all right, you got me in.
You're gonna tell that China shop
Y'all
up.
trying to shop about to be toe up, but you ain't get me back out the door. But she didn't realize or feel that security in her own self, because in this where I made the mistake in the relationship, and I've made it more than once, and I told God I'm not gonna do it again. That I'm not gonna make you feel secure about your own insecurities, because I thought it was my job to make her feel better. I thought it was my responsibility to make her feel secure,
To make her happy.
to make her own happiness, and I thought it was on my plate to do that, to make her own happiness. We'll go back to what you said earlier: happy wife, happy life. So I'm thinking it's my job to make you happy, when reality is something already on the inside of her that wasn't happy. Yeah. And then I knew off rip that. No, she's not ready for that truth whatsoever, and not at all.
Would you consider that a little white lie?
I don't consider any lies little.
I think that was a little white one.
I mean, because this is like y'all said.
Like, you look nice in them jeans. That's
Every
just like
dude said that. Every man is like, how do I? That's the. Do I look?
I ain't looked at nobody else but you do that ever.
So, but like at the end of the day, like y'all said, you said, you mean today or yesterday, or like coming up, like y'all like on the way and getting the groceries, exactly. Like there was somebody, but
he cutting the grass outside.
He just painted his garage for us.
Oh shoot, not for us.
Not for us.
For us.
He come by tomorrow to you asking me.
I just cash app him with people.
Right, where she's the babysitter.
Ooh.
Nope, that's not
too
going
close.
Or the nanny.
No, you
No,
go too
that's
far.
not gonna happen.
You go too far.
I was just saying, she's the teacher. Look, y'all know y'all be eyeing, listen, fellas be eyeing they babies' teachers. Miss Johnson is, wow, she's such a nice teacher. Man, she is just such a...
But you know what? We appreciate that, because let me tell you something. I had a young man, a little boy that was showing out in school. But when Dad came up there and told him, I like her, he was all over me for the rest of the year.
Wow. I wonder what else Dad said that you may not know.
Listen. He said, don't act up in her class no more. I like her. And that was my baby for the rest of the year.
Wow.
So we appreciate them parents that be like, I like your teacher, because then if you see, we don't understand how the parents, your attitude towards your child's education determines your child's attitude towards education. So I like that.
Well, look here. We're going to take a quick break. This is going to be the last break. And, I want to come back on, y'all said something really interesting. I mean, all of it's been interesting. But I want to come back to being able to have some stick-to-itness in relationships. I want to come back to that. I want to come back to, the plan A, the plan B, exercising your options and all those things, on how you don't put your all into the relationship if you got other options. My question is are you supposed to drop all your options? So I'm gonna let y'all ponder that when we come back from break. We'll be back. Uncut Uncensored, and we so appreciate y'all listening in and tuning in. Also, just real quick, y'all can catch us at WOVU. Cop the app, download it from your Google, your Apple, your Play Store, wherever you pull your apps and your games and all that other good stuff from. Go cop that right there. Also, check us out on YouTube. You know, y'all can catch all of our shows on YouTube. Y'all can actually see us in action. We upload all of our new videos Thursday, so y'all can just kind of like binge watch them if you want to, whatever the case may be. Like it, subscribe, drop your comments, whether they're good or bad. We welcome all of it. Listen, we don't stray from the controversy. Y'all can catch us on IG at Uncut Uncensored. But that's it. So look, we went to break, y'all, and I really wanted y'all to talk more about the whole stick-to-itness. You know, we talked about people, you know, having their plan B and not really putting it all into their plan A. So do you feel like you should put your all into your plan A, or should you keep a backup plan? Should you keep a spare in the back seat in the trunk? I mean, how, you know, I'm just asking people. I'm just asking. Okay, Kira, you shaking your head no?
You should not.
Can you?
Should not. You absolutely should not have a backup plan.
Okay.
And here's why. Now, it doesn't mean just because you dropped your options, because we know some of our options don't always drop us.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe that when the time and place, if it's time for you to have an exit strategy or to exit, everything you need will be there and available for you.
Mm-hmm.
But to have it in the plan, no, because it takes away from, again, back to what Mr. Smith said, it takes away from you diving in wholeheartedly, diving in and giving it your all. You're not giving it your all if you got other things going on in the back of your mind. Now, understand this, like when there's no place to go, then you do your best to stay put.
Right.
But when you got, I can go sleep over Kim's house, I can go over my homeboy house, and he been asked me, do I want to be his room, like that kind of thing? No, you open, no, I can go cause such and such and them said I could stay there, no.
Right.
When you give it your all, when you are like, when those options are removed totally, you give it your all.
Absolutely.
So I don't think you should have those options. And especially, and being honest with yourself, if you want to give it your all, you're not going to give it your all if you, in the back of your mind, you like, all right, if this don't work, because it's okay. Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. Let the chips fall where they may. What you think, Kane?
I 100% agree with her. When she said something, just sparked something in my head. Because if you have a plan B, you're probably going to take plan B. And that's really like in a relationship, in a business venture, in a job, like if whatever you're doing, if there's a plan B in your head, you go with plan, because just how the universe works, and not to be like, you know, it's just how God set the laws of the universe up. If your plan A is your destiny, and it's your and it's what's your plan, what God has laid out for you, there will be a challenge to that plan.
Absolutely.
It's going to be like, it's just go ahead, buckle up. It's going to be a challenge.
And it doesn't matter which plan it is. It can be a business plan. It can be a plan in a relationship. It can be a plan, whatever plan it is.
It's going to be a challenge to it.
Yes.
Every single time.
Yes.
If you're not buckled in, you about to fall out the seat, and you be like, all right, man, I'll just go ahead and do, and that's what's going to happen every single time. Because, you know, regardless.
And in turn, what is that? That's called failing to me.
What's that?
I would say that's failure, because failing isn't because it didn't work out. Failing is quit.
Yeah, you quit.
Bravo, that's exactly
That's good.
Because a lot of people, you didn't succeed, quote unquote, at the goal at that moment, but did you quit?
Yeah.
Did you go back in?
Yeah.
Did you go back in? And did you go back in, go get it? I don't care if the shovel broke, they still making shovels.
Exactly.
Go get another one, keep digging, no matter what the situation is, unless then you realize, okay, if you can hear God telling you, quit digging here.
Yeah.
Until you hear God telling you, quit digging here, go somewhere else, you keep digging. Because you might be in a situation where God's like, no, I need you to dig 6 feet over that way.
Yeah.
In other words, your business opportunity is, your relationship opportunity, this is where the thing is supposed to be for you, was right over here. And I've been in that position where I'm dogging, I'm gonna keep digging, and I just can hear the Holy Ghost and hear it in the back of my head say, quit digging here. I didn't tell you to quit digging.
Right.
I'm just telling
Just don't
you,
dig here.
just don't dig here. Just dig a little bit. Dig just 6 feet over, and you'll find the gold.
Yeah.
And sometimes we're so like, I'm gonna make this work,
Yeah.
and sometimes like I didn't say it wouldn't work, son. I said it wouldn't work, daughter. I'm just saying it's gonna work somewhere else. But so it's not going to a plan B. Is I'm sticking with the plan. It's just sometimes I'll have to make an adjustment.
Right, and that's the difference between plan A and plan B. Plan B is a whole nother goal, right?
That's a whole something different.
And plan A, you still working on it, but you working in a different way. Maybe that's not the right shovel. Maybe you should have grabbed a hoe instead. Maybe you should have.
That's the tool, people. The
Right.
tool. It's a garden tool.
tool.
It's a garden tool,
Oh,
people.
okay.
We're using it
Or
in the right
rake,
time.
I don't know.
Yeah. And I also want to say this to piggyback off of what you said, Kane. To put it in simplistic terms, just in case some people, maybe like, okay, well, what God speak, God don't speak. That little still voice that you hear, you call it your higher being, the universe, whatever you want to call it, your
Or
ancestors,
something
whatever.
told me.
Some told me, that dream, that thing that you wake up to, that you can't let go, that is how, for myself, Kane, and Kier, we say it's God. Some of you may call it something else, but whatever the case may be, that's what that is. Another thing I wanted to touch on really quickly while we're running out of time here is, we talked about the whole finger pointing thing and the whole blame game thing. And, y'all also we dropped so many nuggets here today. We talked about love languages. Relationships are one of, again, God's greatest, creations. You can get so much further when you have a partner, when you have a team. You're only as good as your team. You are only as good as your team because you can only go so far. But when you have a partner and a team to come and bring a different perspective, maybe they're strong in the area that you're weak in. And I believe that is where a lot of times where the struggle in relationships come in, that because you are trying and we're trying, we're all guilty of it. It's just being continuously conscious of it. We're always trying to change the individual instead of really trying to embrace the other person's differences and seeing, how can this work for me? How can this help me get to whatever my greater goal is, whatever that purposeful destination is? How can this person help me get there, and how can I help that person get there, instead of pointing the finger? Now granted, like Kane and Kier said, if you digging somewhere where you hear a small voice, you having dreams, visions, and something is really just disrupting your level of peace, you might need to drop the shovel and start digging somewhere else. But if that is not the case, and you just need to maybe improve in some other areas, because we all need improvement, build. You can go so much further. That's all I got to say. We got a couple more minutes left here. What y'all got on that whole whatever? Because we done talked about so much.
We discussed so much. We started with who drives the intimacy. Now, and we're gonna get back to that.
Go ahead. We got 2 minutes.
I think it is the duty of both parties to drive the intimacy. It should not be based on one person initiating all the time, because even though he or she may be shot at, he don't like it. No, you do it sometime. Do it the way you see fit. Do it the way you know how. But don't decide not to do it. Don't decide not to do it.
Right.
Make your mate feel loved and appreciated and valued and wanted.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. I'm 100% with her on that one, because both parties should share in the responsibility and the joy of
Make
creating
it fun.
spiritual intimacy
Yes.
and other intimacy.
Yeah.
Y'all both should enjoy being the initiator sometime and being the receiver sometime. It should be a circle. That's why a wedding band is a circle, because it's just going around. It's not a stop or end, so you can't tell one begins and one ends. It's because it's a continuous going around thing. So that's what it should be. It should be that continuous, I'm giving for you, you give for me, I'm receiving, you receiving, we're both in it together. So both parties should be equally initiating the intimacy, and both parties should be in it together, 100%. No plan Bs.
All right. Well, listen here, people. Y'all heard it. We want to thank y'all so much for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. Again, catch us on YouTube. at Relationship Talk, Uncut Uncensored. Click on over to IG, catch us on uncut.uncensored. It's been real, and we out.
Love you, Cleveland.